Once upon a time, a couple lived next to a mysterious walled garden. The garden belonged to a powerful witch named Dame Gothel, and it was filled with the most enchanting herbs. The wife, who was expecting a child, developed an intense craving for a special herb called Rapunzel. Desperate to satisfy her, her husband snuck into the garden to steal some. But just as he grabbed the greens, Dame Gothel appeared. He begged for his life, and the witch made a chilling offer. She would spare him, but only if he promised her their unborn child. Terrified, the man agreed. When a beautiful baby girl was born, the witch came and took her away, naming her Rapunzel. She locked the child in a tall, secluded tower deep in the forest. This tower had no doors and no stairs, just a single window at the very top. As Rapunzel grew, so did her magnificent golden hair, which shimmered like spun gold. Whenever Dame Gothel wanted to enter the tower, she would stand at the bottom and call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair!" Rapunzel would then unpin her long braided hair, letting it cascade down for the witch to climb. For years this was their routine. Rapunzel spent her days alone, singing with a voice so beautiful it echoed through the forest. One day, a prince was riding nearby and heard her enchanting melody. Drawn by the sound, he found the tower but saw no way to enter. He returned every day, captivated by her voice. He watched and listened until he saw Dame Gothel arrive and heard her famous call. The prince memorized the words. The next evening he stood beneath the window and called out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair!" Let down. Down came the golden braid. The prince climbed up and found the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. They instantly fell in love and began meeting in secret. Rapunzel planned her escape, asking the prince to bring a skein of silk each time he visited so she could weave a ladder. But one day she carelessly mentioned to Dame Gothel how much heavier she was to pull up than the prince. The witch's fury was immediate. In a fit of rage, she seized a pair of scissors and snipped off Rapunzel's glorious hair. Then she banished the poor girl to a desolate wasteland to fend for herself. That evening, the prince returned and called out as usual. Dame Gothel let down the severed braids. When the prince reached the top, he wasn't met by his beloved, but by the furious witch. She told him he would never see Rapunzel again. In despair, the prince leapt from the tower, falling into a bed of thorns that blinded him. For years he wandered the land, heartbroken and sightless, surviving on whatever he could find. One day he stumbled into a barren desert and heard a familiar, beautiful voice singing a sad song. He followed the sound and, incredibly, it was Rapunzel. She recognized his voice and ran to him. As they embraced, her tears of joy fell onto his face, and miraculously they healed his eyes. His sight was restored. Overjoyed to be reunited, the prince took Rapunzel back to his kingdom, where they were welcomed with open arms and lived happily ever after. Thank you so much for watching this classic tale. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.